Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I have a beautiful box to share with you. Look how pretty. And I love boxes like this because this is kind of how I'm storing my makeup now. So I keep these beautiful boxes and, you know, one might be full of foundation, one might be full of eyeshadow palettes, and I just think it's a really pretty way of storing your makeup. So the box I'm keeping. Of course, you don't care about the extras that they sent me. Like, oh, well, I have to show you. I don't understand. I guess I spent a certain amount of money, but I do want to show you. I got this little thing with some goodies in it, you know, the sample stuff. But I love little things like this for keeping makeup or something in to put in your purse, or I don't know. I just find these kind of bags super helpful. And then I also got this little makeup bag. And it's quite narrow. It's not flat bottomed like so many. It's pretty big though width-wise. And it's like a hemp linen kind of a thing with the CD on it. And I just like it because it's not screaming with initials on it. In fact, you can hardly see it. But I finally found a use for these kind of makeup bags, like the Lisa Eldridge ones. It's like knickknacks. And because I am finally linking my products below, when I'm done with my makeup, when I'm done shooting a video, I put them in one of those bags so that when I go in the living room and I start editing, I don't have to go, what color was that again? And get up and check. So I like them. And I think the box is very, very pretty. What was really in the box? What was the purpose of the box? The 5 Couleurs eyeshadows. So they have a couple of new things going on. It's a little bit confusing to tell you the truth, and when you go to the Dior site and look for new, it doesn't show up, but they are new. So what they have is 2 limited editions. One is not new, it's called Wild Brown, and one is new, and it's called Pink Glow. Then they have 2 new permanent colorways. One is $4.39 copper, and one is $4.29, and that is Toile de Jouy. And let's look at them. Obviously, this is the copper. This is the Toile de Jouy, which surprisingly, I was thinking this might be me, you know, a lot like Nude Dress, but copper shades aren't my happy place. You know what I mean, you guys? But I got that anyway because I wanted to try it on because things always look different. And I thought, well, this is pretty close to that online, but really not. Really not at all. And this is Pink Glow. I'm holding this because it popped right out. And the Pink Glow, let's compare it to the Toile. It's almost like it's a similar story in less deep colors. So what I want to do is just swatch these two, kind of compare them, and then I'll do one look, and I'll do a different video for each one, you guys. Sorry. And I'm not going to show you my swatching because of this issue right here. But these are the Pink Glow. So these are the 2 top and the 2 bottom, and this is the center shade. So it seems to me there are no mattes in here. This is the closest thing to a matte, but it feels kind of creamy, and it reminds me a little bit of the Triple Blossom that I returned because the shade that was dark like this just wasn't performing. It is kind of in the copper zone, but not too much so. And I'm going to do the same thing with this palette. So this is the top row, this is the bottom row. Top row, bottom row, and the center. And you can see, I think, why I see so many similarities. Like this one, which is from the Pink Glow, is much more, I feel like there's an aubergine underneath it, where this one is more of a brown. There's just some kind of similarity here. These don't feel as opaque as the limited edition, the Pink Glow. And this shade right here is most definitely a sparkly topper. It's just interesting when you look at them, they look so different, but swatched, they don't look all that different. So just for kicks, let's do copper as well. And again, top row and then bottom row. Top row, bottom row. and the center of the copper. So here on the hand, this is the top row, this is the bottom row, and this is the center. And again, that second shade in the top row is more of a topper. So in a way, I feel like these palettes kind of relate to each other in that they all seem to have that warmish copper undertone, but it's not like the Natasha Denona palette that just looks so incredibly orange. So which one do we want to put on? The limited edition? Should we do that? My look is kind of, you know, boho-y today. Okay, you've convinced me. Let's do this one. It's Pink Glow. It is the limited edition. And yeah. Now, the problem is, what do I hope? Well, that's a problem, but that wasn't the problem I was speaking of. So I guess I'm just going to start with this on the inner third. I didn't powder my lids. I probably should have because I feel that I have a little sunscreen on my lids, but there's that. And then I'm going to take the same brush and do the color right next to it. And just keep on dipping in to get a little bit better saturation of color. I think actually that's a pretty easy, breezy, just a touch of color, something very wearable for summer, a little bit, you know, social summer, not summer for work, but maybe a weekend, easy look. But we're going to keep on going. I think this is a Sigma, and I'm going to go in with this color, so I'm just going to deepen it up a teeny bit. Look how pretty. Oh, oh, oh. So where the first color seems to me to be more copper, the second color seems to be a rose copper. And that's very, very pretty. I do feel like I just kind of lost that second color, which is fine. I mean, it's there. You know what? I want to pull out my Nars palette. Even though that Nars palette, the Summer Solstice palette, doesn't have the exact same colors, I feel like this might be a little bit repetitive. But before I do that, let's go in with the darkest color right here and do some lining. There's something weird about this formula for this color. And I noticed that yesterday. It wasn't just something that just happened. Yeah, it's like it's not really picking up on the brush so well. This is a soft brush. I'm going to go in with this brush, which isn't as soft. They don't say what kind of brush this is, but I have a feeling it is dyed goat. And there's no fallout at all. That's not a problem. Let's see if I can kind of have a little bit of a better payoff with this. Also, you could go in with something quite thin and just use it as a liner color. But I think a lot of people will want a color to deepen up. It's not performing that great for that purpose. I'm going to try it again with this, and in this case I'm just going to use it as a liner. It's very, very strange. There might be something wrong with this palette particular because that other one fell out, so maybe there was something wrong with the packaging on this one. I do think that it is pretty. I want to try something different with the same palette on this eye. So I am going to go back with this. This is, I think, a synthetic, and I'm going to see if we can get like an evening look out of this. I'm buffing this in, you guys. You can see, and it's not picking up so great. I am getting something here. It's not going to be as dark as what it's like in the pan, but for me, that's a good thing. So I have darkness that is sheared out. And when you're hooded or you have small eyes, that's really a good thing to have. So you get the depth that you want, or the mystery that you want, or even a smoky eye that you want without closing everything down and making your eyes look smaller or looking too heavy and a little too goth or punk or, you know, tragic. And I'm not having a problem because the way it's so sheer with the edges either. I mean, I kind of like that. I can see my fingerprint here, so I just went where my fingerprint didn't go, and I do believe that the formula on this is just a little different. Let's see what happens when I just apply it with my finger. I kind of like the versatility of this, you guys. So you can have a sheer dark color, and then with your finger you can plop on some more to deepen up with the same color. I don't mind that. I think it's workable. Now the center color I didn't use on this eye, so let's just make this eye this color and this color. I really like this idea, you guys, having a smoky eye that's not brown, it's not black. To me, this is a little bit like an aubergine. So I think it would be beautiful on blue eyes, green eyes, and hazel eyes like mine. I think aubergine actually works on most people, depending more on their undertone than on their eye color. And now I just want to take the finger over the same shade. And, you know, I'm hooded, so this is not something you'll be able to see on me. But if you're not hooded, you could just go and do a little bit of a spotlight here for some beautiful dimension. And I think that's a beautiful application. So it's more right here. There's more opacity here, but here it's just a little bit of something that I think can be very pretty. I like it. You know what? Before I finish my face, let me grab the Nars palette. Blah 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 blah. I'm just going to do like this, because this is a taupey color and there's not a taupe in there. So it's going to be this, this, and this. Okay, here are the Nars. This is the palette on the eye. They're really not all that similar. But they are kind of similar to this one. Boop, 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 boop. That is the same kind of party family. But what the Nars doesn't have, so the copper has it, and the pink glow has a very dark color, a dark brown in the copper and an aubergine in the pink glow. And this is the closest, but it's just not, like, not close to either of them. So they are different in that way, but isn't that interesting? I was just curious. So I do see the similarities. They're not exactly the same, and they don't play the same on the eye, but I did find that that second shade from the top row, or actually the first shade on the bottom row, this one, I thought, well, this kind of reminds me of the Nars, but they're not the same. All right, I am going to do the rest of my face, and you know, we'll get a final look. And I am back. I didn't do too much, you guys. I did a little tight line up here. I think that's the tight line. I put on one coat of mascara, which I have to say, no one ever talks about this Hourglass Film Noir. It is beautiful, and mine is quite old, and that's when it's best. One swipe, and I feel like the lashes for that are pretty natural looking. And I did my Balm, the Hermes. I did the Rare Beauty blush, and then I recently got this Honest Beauty. I've been watching a lot of Tati videos. Like I said, I'm not connecting to much of anything right now, and the Tati videos are like, oh yeah. And she had loved this, and I had tried to get it several times. It was always sold out. I don't know if this is the color that she loved. I'm not sure. This is the Pink Peony, and let me open it for you. That's what that looks like. So I did the Rare Beauty first with my sunscreen video, and I just put a pop right here, and I like it. It has a nice little poppiness, and I actually put this on top of my lips over this. So maybe I don't need to get that first color, the apricot, because between these two colors, maybe I got it. And that's it. I like both looks. They don't look incredibly different, but they are. They're different enough. One eye, another eye, and that is the Pink Glow Limited Edition Dior 5 Couleurs, and it's available now. And I hope it was helpful to you. Thanks so much for spending some time with me. I appreciate it. And I hope you come back again. Until we meet again, be safe and smart, and I'm wishing you good health.